Okay, so I figured out at least where my brain went wrong Tuesday, if not why.
What? Is it a pumpkin? This is a pumpkin.
Pumpkins are a good one for this. So let me turn all the things on.
This might be. I gotta read you banana. It didn't come out right at all.
I've redone some bananas already. It's an item. So this is kind of where we left off with the banana.
Yeah.
And the top was like kind of goofy. Remember I did that
The top
this Shift E, and so I kind of creased it a little bit so that we could get the jaggedness of it. But then I thought the jaggedness was too uniform, and so I made some changes that I had to undo, and I'll redo them now. So the top is still just a face. So here in edit mode, let me just turn that off.
The top is Blender Guru goofy.
Yeah. So these are some things I did to it. So any face, I don't even know how to say this without being silly. Any face that you want in Blender, you can poke in the face. So I'm gonna grab this massive N-gon. If I go to face and poke, where's poke? Poke faces right there. That gives me my pizza slices. So we made tries out of that instead of that massive N-gon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so then the next thing I did to kind of give it more of a like wild look that I don't know that we've looked at in here yet was, if I remember right, it's going to be mesh, transform, and randomize. This can be really useful for a lot of stuff. So I'm going to hit randomize, and it's going to take all those and just kind of move them and slide them and do silly stuff to them. That's maybe a bit much. So you can change the amount. So I go down to like 0.05. That kind of gives me the random look. There's all kinds of stuff here. So I can just change the random seed here. Kind of, yeah, I think kind of 0.05 works.
It'll look different when you have the subdivisions done. So
yeah. But at least starts to get me that like jagged look without me having to go in and like manually go, what if I pulled this one up or pulled this one down? So randomize is super fun. So I'm going to go back into object and then turn that back on. And yeah, like we still kind of end up with like this, maybe it got ripped off of a tree.
It actually kind of looks pretty cool when you randomize the entire banana.
So I've done that for like I made a log that we wrapped a texture around, and so just grabbed all the faces, had enough subdivisions on it, and just hit randomize and played with it until it looked loggy. I don't know, man. That's a scientific term. Be quiet.
Loggy.
Yeah. All right. So that's that. And then the other thing that I was trying to do on Tuesday that I don't know, my brain just pieced out was to use the texture painting but get more of an airbrush look, because what we had up was just the hard brush and it looked like we were walking through our Blender scene with a Sharpie. So I had to go back to like last year's video of this class and remind myself what I did, and I was like, oh yeah, dumb. So I think what I was doing was I was trying to do something else. I just mixed up two different processes in my brain. Let me go back to layout here, and we'll start with the apple. So I'm gonna unhide all the things. The banana is probably too big. Just want to pull it up. There we go. Yes. This could feed King Kong himself. This banana is 9.27 meters tall.
This banana could feed those big gorillas from
Yeah.
Penguins of Madagascar.
All right, so I'm going to do the apple, and I got into the apple a little bit and did some things. Pull this over. There we go. So I already kind of like did some stuff to it, bruised it up, but I'm going to redo that. So we'll go to the shading, and so there's my apple texture that I dropped in. I'm just going to disconnect that and make a new one. So pull that out. There's Spidey on the floor, tiny little Spidey in this massive fruit room. All right, so I'm going to do a new image texture, and something that I also forgot to mention, if you've got an image open, you can just drag it into your shader and like it just sets up. It's really cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. I don't have one, so whatever, but you can just drag it in because I had to remap some people's donuts and things while I was grading.
Oh,
Yeah. And so I'm just going to do, well, let me do Shift A and just start typing image. And so image texture. So I'm going to do a new one. So we got a new image texture. And so this is what we started with earlier, the last time we did this. We'll drag that into the color and we need a new one. So we're going to do a new image, call it new apple texture. We can crank that to, I'm going to go 2048 again. I remember when 1024 seemed like really, really large textures to me, and now they're like, yeah, thanks, progress. I'll go to RGB and try and make this sort of red, but maybe not as, yeah, you never really want to go full any color. So like, yeah. I mean, you're just better than me. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Blank is fine. I don't know that I even need that. So yeah, I'm just going to go 2048. Do I want an alpha? No, I don't want an alpha. And new image. So now I've got a new red image that doesn't exist quite yet. I'll come over here and save it again. So there's the little drop down image.
Heck yeah.
Oh, let me get to the right image. There we go. New apple texture. Save that. So drop down image, save as, put it in the textures folder. New apple texture. Okay, so it's saved. Now we can get into it. So we've got the new apple texture. It's selected here. So I'm going to go to my texture paint. There, what the what? Holy normal maps. Here's what we're going to do. Shift H. Hide everything else. That was wild. I didn't want to paint in a normal map world. And there's there's the UV, right? That we cut the apple down the side, and so it just kind of lays out weird. And what I was looking for was up here. I was over here looking for the settings. It's up here in the opposite corner. So we were on paint, probably like paint hard, yeah. And so doing that number, which didn't quite look right. Yeah, so the drop down was right up here in the top that I just blanked on. And so there's an airbrush. And you can set sizes and strengths, and for more of an airbrush, like pull the strength way the heck down. I may even start at like 0.1. And we've got the apple on. The size is massive.
Yeah, massive spots on our.
These are the same settings, right? So on both sides of the texture paint, as we're looking at 2D and 3D, kind of like in Substance Painter, which we'll get to next week. These are the same brush, right? Airbrush, there's the colors. We're going for a mix, the size and the strength. So whichever one you happen to be in, you can just change it. So I'm going to change this down to like 64. And then just kind of like lightly brush over. And we should start getting little green spots, little apple freckles. That one was too, yeah, some of these are too much. Just quick. And if the strokes are too long, then we end up looking like stripes. So that's cool, I guess. We'll do some more. Very subtle. I'm going to go pick like more of a brownish color for the stem and the like whatever the reverse stem. What's on the bottom? I think that's where we decided that was where it budded. I don't know. Make this darker, so just kind of a darker brown. There we go, something like that. So for that, I think I'm going to come over here and do the painting of the stem, so I can go up a bunch on my size. Since my stem is abnormally large over here, just Just gonna go all in on it. There we go. Paint the stem. Pull back again on the strength to go back to like 0.5 and back to my maybe 64. And slide to the bottom. And oh yeah, the little nub is way too small. But it's there. So I'm just gonna paint in. There we go.
So you pan around it, it looks larger.
Yeah, but it might be upside down. We might have a worm crawling out of the apple. Remind me, we're gonna have a worm crawling out of the apple.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll do that when you're
Can it
eating
be a pretty
specifically.
fast one?
I would expect nothing less from you.
Yes.
I will remind you of the worm.
Do that. So we're kind of getting more of an apple look. It's definitely better than whatever the heck it was. I lost the green that I had, so now we're gonna get variance, I guess.
Yeah.
Go a little more yellowish maybe this time. And then we'll do some more little spots here and there. What is going on there? Looks like Auto Smooth has found one edge and decided, yeah, to sharpen that. And jump to my modifiers and just up my angle. Boom, that smoothed it out. And then back to tools over here. Oh, so there it is again. All right, so look, we have 3 times on the screen. We're doing a mix, 64, strength 0.1. Mix, 64.1. It's all the same here. There's our colors. So if you've got the, what? Okay, I got to try something. Save before you do something stupid. Always save. And then I've got to see what this randomized color does for me. If I let it randomize everything, what's it doing?
Randomizing.
Yes, it is. I want to paint a full rainbow. Let's see what happens.
No, you don't.
Don't tell me what I don't. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that looks horrible.
Yeah. Don't.
I told you you
That's
did.
a moldy apple.
Fruit by the foot. That's
apple
terrible.
has to be-
Anyway, if you see something cool like randomized, definitely go play with it and then undo it. That was awful.
I told you not to do it.
You know,
Wait, but if you did it on like red, it would do like a nice red and orange kind of thing.
yeah.
That's pretty.
And then if I didn't mess with all the values, if I just said, hey, just change the, let's go back. We'll try it some more. Right. So we won't change the saturation or the value much. We'll just mess with the hue a little bit. Okay. So we'll just like, maybe like 0.5 on the hue. Hello.
You have ruined my taste for apples.
Okay. More for me. And so, yeah, so then we get lots of little variants as we're painting, just on the hue of that green we chose. So that's fun. Pull it back down and go back to like regular airbrush painting, and then nobody will know but us that we varied the colors. And they'll be really upset when people don't notice.
Yeah. As long as you don't notice my different app stuff, that's all I can do.
We know. I think I'm just going to do a little bit more green around here, just to kind of like give it that spread look. So I'm going to go 128, bigger brush, maybe the strength better at 0.2, and just kind of, maybe too much. Oh, it's all right. Then I'll pull the strength back and do another pass around it. Yeah. I'd buy that at HEB. Not enough sugar for you? All right.
Apples have plenty of sugar.
They do. You drink apple juice like it's water. What do you?
Physical apple texture.
Okay. All right. All right.
I have apple juice right now.
I figured.
In my body.
I don't like apple juice.
Apple juice, apple pies, apples, apple butter, whatever. All right. Let's decide,
Butter.
just for fun, let's decide we like what we've done. We should save it. So image, and we're just going to save. And now let me just double check. Just because I don't trust myself sometimes. Here we go, 2026, fruit bowl, textures. There's the new apple texture. So yeah, it's saved.
I did the entire gallon jug of Montserrat Island.
So yeah, airbrush is nice, and just kind of play, like have some fun with the colors. We may go back and paint the banana here in a minute, which will also be fun. But I promised a worm on the apple, and so we're gonna do that.
I feel like for mine it wouldn't set the scene all too well.
So I don't have it in the rubric, but I would like you to try this. So it can be a giant worm, it can be a vine. I just want to show a different technique for some things.
Okay.
Okay?
Worm in the background, like the worm from SpongeBob.
So,
There's always a reference. Okay. So I got my apple. Actually, just for funsies, I'm just going to unhide everything for a minute.
Can we do a thorn of sorts?
Uh,
Like a thorn.
every rose, what? Okay. Hold on. It's like every cowboy sings a sad, sad song. Okay. Pull that up. Yeah, with nothing else in there, it just reflects like the entire world, so it's crazy. I also added like a gold trim certain places, so it's not all just glass. I'm gonna pull my apple up, and he's still large. Everything's large, but he's large. I'm gonna shrink him a little bit, and then drop him back down. Sure, he can be in the middle. Now, for vines, for cables next week. Spoiler alert: we're doing spaceships. You may want cables along the side of it. Yes. Spaceship. The splines that we were looking at, the little dudes, are actually helpful. So I'm going to add a curve. It can be anything. Bezier. That's fine. Beezer. Not to be confused with Weezer.
What?
Freezer.
Okay, so he's down there. I'm going to tab. I don't want this curve. So I'm going to select everything and just delete it. And now I should have an empty object. Yeah, I've got an empty Bezier. And I can go to my drawing. So I'm just going to draw. And what's cool is I can draw on surfaces. So right about here, the worm comes out and he's going to go down the side of the apple. And then, okay, so it's a big worm. I'm going to go over the side of the thing. And so I drew a curve. That what in the world? Oh, I think I missed something. Yes. Undo all that. This is surface. We want to color on this, like draw on the surface, not the cursor. So now it should stick for us. We'll come down and around and over, and that should work. There it is. It's in place. It's doing some weird squiggly thing there, but it kind of works. Now I can come down here on my data. And I'm going to give it some depth. Yeah. He's a thick boy. So I was saying vines, again, massive cables down the side of a spaceship or whatever. If you're doing a house scene and you need like to see your phone charger hanging off of your furniture, we could have done that. We could have given electrical cords to our TVs and stuff in the furniture room. So that's there. I don't think it's actually. I don't know if it's going to render at this point or not. Before we do much else to it, we want to convert it to a mesh. But you can just keep going with that. So with that set up, I can just keep drawing little vines and stupid things and
Stupid things.
it's a lot of worms. Now I'm thinking this is looking like Last of Us, like mold, like just growing everywhere.
The worms are coming.
The
We're gonna
worms
be
are
worm
coming.
monsters.
Anyway, the camera is pointing where? Yeah,
It's pointing where the worms are.
there were worms. All right. I'm just gonna make it pink and nasty just for funsies. We'll get into what we're really supposed to do in a minute. Fabulous. Now, yeah, so it tried. I was drawing over lots of stuff. I mean, it's mostly stuck to the surfaces of things I was drawing on. It dipped a few times. Let me see if it just renders or if I need to convert it before it'll even render. Nope, it renders.
Whoa.
So gross.
Oh gosh, pink worms.
Yep.
Like really pink worms.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the right side. At least they're hollow. You know?
Yeah. So to fix that, let's pretend just for a minute that I actually liked this. Let's find an end here. There we go. We'll just zoom in on the tops of the apples. So to fill that in, turn that off. I can select my Bezier or Bezier, whatever. I'm going to convert to mesh. And now that is a wild, right? What started as just some points. We've got full tubes and we can cap them. All right, so if we go to edges and alt, and I'll select this thing, F to fill in the face. Then I could Control B and bevel it some, and then we get like a nice rounded little wormy head. Why? I don't know. Because we can, basically.
Why is it 5 boxes?
So it's a fun thing to play with. You don't have to have worms on you. Like we don't have to rot out your beautiful fruit bowl render.
Do thorns.
But you can do vines or plants in the background or something if you want to with that. We're gonna pretend it never happened for me. So I'm just gonna name it and hide it. And it's gone. All right.
No.
So the screw modifier gave us the apple. It gave us the bowl.
It looks like an army of worms when you think about
Yeah, we can do some array stuff. We'll get into that next week too. Arrays and mirrors and
modifier. It can make like
a bunch of worms coming at us.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Worm
Thanks.
tornado.
A wormnado. It's probably the worst thing you've said, and that's saying a lot. All right. Oh yeah, we're gonna look at more of just the lofting. So there's a pencil that I think makes a great deal of sense for this. You could model it, but also you could do it like we did the banana and do a bunch of shapes and loft them together, or bridge edge loops. Lofting is what it's called elsewhere. So we could do the pencil that way. Guess we still can. What else do we need to cover? Let me just make sure I'm not squirreling too hard. Or worming, as it were. Pear is another good one to use the screw modifier to make. Also, vary it a little bit. Oranges don't make sense. I don't know why they're in that scene. But other long fruit could be lots of things. So let's just check. So we want a nice render. We want a banana. We want an apple. Other long fruit. Other round fruit. So pear and I don't know, some sort of squash.
Oh yeah.
What else is a long fruit?
Squash.
A carrot.
So let's, well, since I went ahead and lied and called my file vegetables, I guess it counts. Cucumbers are technically a fruit, and tomatoes are technically a fruit. So remember that next time you're watching Veggie Tales. Whoa. So we want to texture paint the apple, the fruit bowl, the tabletop, scene lights. So we're also going to texture paint the banana. And so the only other thing required here, I'm gonna add that texture painting the banana, is we want to make the pencil just to practice the edge loops a little bit more. So yeah, that's what we're gonna go do.
For the pencil and extra stuff, can you texture it with Substance Painter?
Sure.
Cool, thanks.
Or just put colors on it. Or find textures on the internet. Or whatever.
But I need pumpkin
But
texture.
you need pumpkin texture. So yeah, for the banana and the apple, I want you to use the
Okay.
texture paint.
Absolutely.
And then the rest, texture it. Don't give me like plain white objects in the middle of our fruit render. But
Are white pumpkins.
You add some like graying, or like the gray to it to make it attractive.
yeah, this guy, he's just one of those guys that argues. All right, we'll start with a circle. 1 meter wide. Yeah, that sounds like a good pencil. Let's pull it way down. It's probably still way too big, but I'll put it at 0.1. Oh, it's not. That's right. I don't want the Bezier. I want the other circle, so I can control it.
You mean we can't use these pencils as battering rams?
No one said that. Literally no one. All right, so I want the mesh circle because I can control it more. And so we decided 6 sides gave us the pencil shape or stop sign shape or whatever. And then we don't want it too sharp, so go into edit mode and get all the vertices and select all those in bevel, so Control B. And then we got to click because we've got to, in the tool, we need to come over to the vertices. That is not a pencil. That's wild. I like it though.
You know what? I could get by this.
This could hurt somebody.
It looks like if you rubbed 2 of them on opposite ends, it could have been a bug.
Could have been. All right, so that's better. Some I don't know, 0.006 something. At 2 segments, it gives me 3 verts around each side, and so I get that rounded look, but it's still obviously 6 sides. Drop that just a little bit.
It's just like a cube.
Yeah, but you can't do this in Minecraft, so good enough. All right, so now we've got our basic shape. And what some of y'all did, and what I almost did when we doing the pencil, was in object mode, Shift D, and then I made another one. But we can't bridge these together now since they're 2 separate objects until we join them back. And I'll show you that process as well. So let's leave this one down here, and we'll do this one right. So I'm gonna pull this up. We're still short, stubby pencil. Okay, he's average. Is that what you want out of life?
No.
You want to be average? I didn't think so. I don't know why we got existential all of a sudden, but okay. So we're at 18 verts for this, which is pretty good. I'm gonna pull that up just a little bit more. And I'm going to add a new circle, and we're just gonna do it as an object. We'll join them all later. So mesh circle, and I want 18 on that. You can do other numbers, but when you go to bridge the edge loops, Blender's going to try and fix it for you and like merge these 2 to this one or whatever, and it gets ugly. So having the same number of vertices definitely helps. There used to be a time when it just wouldn't even let you. Like it wouldn't allow you to bridge loops that had different numbers of vertices, but now in the age of tolerance, we're okay with it, but it's still not a good idea. All right, so pull that up. So this will be the start of the rounded base, where the metal's at, where the eraser is living. I think I did. It was still in my bag. Yeah, I had that pencil. You know. Yeah, this guy. Oh, someone's chewed on this. I'm not doing all that.
What?
Or it got crunched somehow, and the eraser got used a little too much. But yeah, we go to a round thing, and there's like a whole bunch of metal with some ridges and rivets and whatever, and it holds in the eraser. So that's the start of that. We guess we can add the details into that later. So I'm going to do a copy of that. So Shift D and then escape just so I can move it myself. So pull that up about the amount we need, I think. Scale it all later. And so that'll be the top of the metal bit. Make another one, and I'm just going to actually leave that in place. Oh, here we go. And I'm going to scale it just a little bit because we're going to come in a tiny bit for the bottom of the eraser. Shift D again. Choose our eraser height. We'll go up that high. Shift D and escape again, and we'll come up just a tiny bit and scale it just a tiny bit. So I'm basically beveling. Oh, wrong one. There we go. Do I ever use this actual workflow? Not really, but it's a thing. So we're just trying to show you as many different techniques as possible. It might be just as fast to model this. I don't know.
Double diverses.
All right, let me try now. I'm going to add another circle. So mesh circle. Keep it at 18. It's right down there. And this is going to be the start of the, yeah, someone chewed or knocked the tip off of this, but we're going to a round shape again. So I'm going to come down a little bit and we'll let it bridge that and we'll scale it down some. I said down, there we go. Thank you. Looks crazy from this angle. Yep, that's a pencil. And then finally, I'll just copy that again. So Shift D, escape, pull it way down, scale it to something like that. We'll make an actual point if we want later. If you want to go down to like a single vertex point, and this is like a very, very deadly pencil, we can do that. But
heck yeah.
This guy. All right. This is going to be the fun part. This is going to be where we're going to go from round to that triangular, or what is it, sectagon? Whatever it is. So now, though, look at that. They're all separate pieces. So I'm going to grab them all because it won't let me bridge loops between objects. I'm just going to grab all that and Control J, and now it's all one object. And I can do the bridging. Let's try it. I don't know if it's going to get confused about some orders here because some of these are really close together. But we'll try all of it at once. So we'll edge, bridge edge loops. Yeah, it did that out of order, so we got like this weird looking nub on top. But we kind of got some cool geometry here to flow with that. We'd want to pull the point down more. Just going to undo, and we'll do some of these just in order just to make sure.
It looks like a very weird ice cream cup.
I like ice cream. So we'll do these. Yeah, and then the big one.
Oh, this close.
We'll do all those in order. We can cap that later. Wait a minute. No, I screwed it up again. I want to go to the smaller one. This is the top of the pencil, the This is the eraser. That's what it's called. Listen, man, you don't like it. Fix it. All right. Now we got those, and then this bunch. There we go. So I'm gonna Alt.
Oh no, they're on the inside.
There's that edge loop. That edge loop. We'll do a quick bridge there. I think that's the only place where it got really confused, right? That's coming out to the metal. And it capped it? Why didn't it cap it on top? Odd. This really wants to mess me up. All right. It's getting confused. Let me just do this. I'm going to grab this edge loop that we didn't have at a different Z. I'm just going to pull it down just a touch. So we're going to get a little bit of an angle there. Because them being on the same Z level is apparently causing the edge loops to freak out. All right, there we go. Yeah, now we can keep going. There's that metal bit that we can add some detail in later. I don't know what happened. Oh, I hit the wrong thing. Yeah, we want to bridge edge loops, not bevel. At this point, I think we can go all the way back down. Nope. Still hates us. Still went out of order. We got a rough pencil shape. We can cap it, give it lots more detail, maybe even throw the subdiv on. Let's grab that, make that a face. It needs to come down for sure. Now I think this one needs to come down too. There we go. There we go. Trying to get that. I'm just going to cap it with F, and yeah, we'll leave that alone, actually. You can tilt it, do some other stuff to it. I think we'll leave it rather than having a super sharp razor pencil. And this we can just color up. So do auto smooth on it. It's looking a little low poly, but that's okay. And so we just add a bunch of colors to it and shape it. Yeah. What else do we need? We need to paint the banana. It's a requirement. We need to make the pencil. I'm just trying to figure it out because I got to get out of here early. Yeah, we'll just. All right, so this should be, well, it started with a circle mesh, so it's already a mesh. So we're fine there. So I'm just going to start adding colors to it just for giggles. Could be another good time to go to the internet and look up hex colors, but not right now. Does that look concave a little bit?
I mean, to be fair, erasers do kind of have that.
Yeah. Not for long. This one's shredded. I don't even know what happened to this pencil. More colors. Down a little bit, and then I'll up the metallicness of that so it's nice and shiny. Now we need a wood color. Be nice to get an actual wood fiber on there, but
Are pencils made of wood? I actually don't know.
catch. Yeah.
Good old tap on the table.
There's a lead core down the middle, and then wood, and then some paint, and all that fun stuff. All right. So I should go. Hello? Caps lock. Love that. Well, I don't know. What is. I've accidentally found something, and then it's gone. So we'll find a pencil wood color, and then we'll do the tip in something along a lead, and then you can texture paint on the side of it after that if you want, property of whatever school. What does it say? It usually just says number 2 on the side, and then whatever the company is. Yeah, obviously it's a Freddy Fazbear pencil. Obviously. Cool. I'm going to undo that. There we go. This will make it look cooler. Maybe a little too uniform, but still works. So we'll keep the paint on that a bit, and then we'll do this one in the wood. Call mom, tell her we're an artist. Oh, I think we saw this in something we looked at, unless I'm thinking of the other class. So I want to make more of a tip for my lead. And so what I want is this circle right here up higher, but kind of along the same angle that it was. So instead of just G to move it, no, GG, good game. And it'll it'll pull up along
I've actually never seen that. That's really cool.
the angles that it's at. Yeah, it's kind of fun. I like it. Loop cut would have been better because then we can get back down to the angle that we were at, but I just wanted to show that. So we'll undo it. And then, yeah, was it Control R?
Yeah.
And we'll pull that down. That gives me about the same thing. I don't have to worry about. Now here's where I'm going to GG it because I've already locked it into place. I can move it up some, give us even more lead. Yay, fun.
Awesome. I would chew on this.
You would what?
I would chew on this.
Oh, I thought you said choke. Oh, man, it got extreme really fast. But yeah, chewing's better. All right. I'm going to, let's see, we're going to Control R. And escape. We'll leave it right there in the middle. Control R again. Yeah, that's enough. That'll give us what we need. Grab all of these new edge loops, bevel them. A bit. Yeah. About like that. And I'll grab the middles of each of these and we'll scale them in. So we're going to scale, but not on the Z, and just pull them in just a bit. There's that crinkly metal thing. Same. Yeah, I felt that. All right. I'm going to find some other examples. So where is this? Well, I'm not sure what to look for. It's not in here. One of the things I've seen this used for, the edge loops, or even extruding along a curve, which is something else we could do too, is making, like you've got the outline for this elevated highway, right? You've got the flat and the sides and all the things underneath, and so you just draw that one profile shape and you can extrude that along a curve and get a whole highway out of it. It's pretty cool. So that's a fun one. And then, yeah, if you just really felt like overcomplicating making a pencil, I actually don't know which one's easier, the way we did it or, the way a normal person would have done it. But
What's a
yeah,
normal person?
I don't know. I've just heard rumors, man.
I've heard about these normies.
These normies. All right, let's see if we can. Oh, nice. So the pencil is comically large, but only just a little bit larger than Spider-Man.
And it's directed Spider-Man. This is not the time to be doing magic tricks.
So if we're doing this just for a render, we can use any scale we like. That's fine. Only if we were making an Ant-Man game would we have designed massively large apples and stuff. Because when we export them, unless we do some stupid things, the scale will persevere. And so when we get into a game engine with massive bananas, then it's only feeding King Kong. Do you have the proportional editing on? Yep.
I don't know why.
Alright, that's a ridiculously large banana. Yeah. Monkeys are mad right now that I just shrunk this banana. Come on, man. I guess we could throw Suzanne in here and just like, well, Suzanne would come in at scale. So Suzanne would still be about Spider-Man's head size, I think. So this would still be plenty big. All right, now I got to find out. See what you did. Let me hide this guy. It's right in front of me, right? There it is, monkey. Oh, okay. It's going to come in 2 meters tall. So that head is as tall as I am, at least. In which case, it's still a good-sized banana. Yeah, Suzanne's going to be happy with this. You do. And just to keep her happy, we're going to go ahead and add, not a material, I'm on the wrong tab. We're going to add a subsurface modifier so she can smooth out. Subdivision surface. Now she's a smoother monkey. All right. Last thing I'll do is I'll paint this banana up right quick, and then I'll leave you to figure out what the other fruits and things in your room ought to be. We do want at least a tabletop, and some lighting, so everything looks good. And so I'll go back to this old thing, right? Some kind of backdrop. It doesn't have to be a fully inverted cube. But if you've got it fully enclosed and you put a light inside of it, then we get a lot of nice light bounce. Even here, I think we get a little bit, like get some cool shading on the bottom of this from the wood bouncing up. So if you can enclose it and use cycles, then you'll get some really good bouncing light, and it'll make everything look just way cooler. So paint the banana, call it a day. I'm hungry again.
Banana.
Yeah, well, I mean, this class is right before lunch. And I'm a fatty. So there's like lot of elements at play here. But you didn't argue with me.
No.
Dude.
Noted.
Ray, you're awful.
Just the worst.
Always.
Okay. All right. So I added a material. Probably too many NAs on that. Banana mat material. Do the same thing. Shift A. Start looking for image. I'll make an image texture.
And then just call it banana.
Hook it
all
to the
caps.
New. All caps. We can start with a yellow of some sort.
Oh no, I accidentally added it. I added in a third so
Banana.
yeah, banana.
Banana. There it is.
Yes.
Okay, I'll save this into my textures folder. And now we're all set up, and we can go back and just start painting bananas, because this is what the grocery store does too. They don't want you to know. Yeah. That's a lie. It's not true. I'm gonna go 32. This green kind of works. I'll try it. Oh, I think I need a UV unwrap. Yeah. Derp. Okay. Let's go down the back. So tab and 2 and Alt.
Sorry.
It was this one. It was exact.
So I'm going to go right down the back of the banana where that ridge is at. And I'm going to Shift Alt. I'm going to grab this ring. And I think we'll just leave it like that. Yeah. So we're going to mark seam.
Did you put an edge seam around the?
So I did the top and then the back edge.
Okay.
And apparently we're going onto stone with it. So I don't know. In the UV editing window, you can select whatever. So I'm going to go to, yeah, stone nanas. All right. So now 3AU unwrap angle based. And we made a pineapple. That's what it looks like when we cut it up.
That counts as a round fruit.
Oh my gosh.
It could count as either one.
Okay.
Yeah, pineapple could be your other long fruit.
So if it's spiky, it can count as
A spiky, like it needs to not be just you added spikes to a banana. I'm thinking ahead to your process.
But could we also make a spike banana?
Oh my goodness, make a spiked banana. Get out of here. All right. I'm going to move this up closer to the stem. But other than that, I like the way it laid it out.
Weapon idea.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right, now back to texture paint, and this will look better, question mark. Just go along the edges a little bit. You don't want a full line, but yeah. That's fun. Oh, I've still got randomize on, so we're getting lots of bits of green.
Heck yes.
Go up a little bit, but we can go 64. Still strength at 1, and then just did that. Was that red? What the heck?
Oh gosh, I have a very ripe banana.
Yeah, I should just maybe take that off. Also, we could do it over here, right? So we've got a clear view of the ridges here, so we can just paint along there. Might be great if you had a drawing tablet. Might be great if you bought me a drawing tablet. No, I've got one. I just would like a slightly more portable one.
No, I meant like a counter for every time you say banana or something. Someone watching the stream, make a counter for every time you say banana. Or two.
Yeah, I think Ray's friends are not watching anymore. That was all I had. That was my whole fan base.
There was one singular friend.
Oh, it's insane.
You get a lot of views from us rewatching your videos.
That's true.
Yep.
And then I have
If I either make it as vague as possible so you have to rewatch it, or I say something stupid that you have to like remember, then yeah, I get rewatches. I've never made a dime off of YouTube, so I'm not trying to monetize any of this. Guarantee they're not bringing up my channel when they're talking about the addictiveness of YouTube in the Supreme Court right now, or wherever it's at.
Just for fun, at times when I want to get a good laugh, I like to go back to the part where you fire me.
Same.
Oh, that happened in class.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you were when we made game pieces and the meatballs.
Oh, that was probably not.
It's easy to get distracted. So yeah, like airbrush, once you remember where the silly tool's at, actually works quite well for fruit. Banana. Huh.
Oh.
I'm hearing my fan just go crazy, and I'm wondering what I did wrong. I opened Blender. Yeah, that's probably it.
Okay, my computer crashed when I closed Blender last night.
That's good.
I
Yeah.
don't know why.
The computer's like, what? Well, I was playing that.
Well, I
Oh.
saved the project and I closed Blender because I was gonna delete the file anyway, and then my computer said, we're not working anymore. And I sat there for 30 minutes waiting for it to finally just do something, because it was just frozen.
And then we'll do a brown up toward the top. Are you waiting for me to go to the next event, Matthew?
A little, but
Yeah.
we got out and 93 days.
Go, and we get a nice blend.
Yeah.
From the green to the brown. A little bit of weirdness there. There we go. There it is. Take that, Bob Ross.
Bob Ross only paints trees.
Oh, well, because he knew not to get in my lane. Hey, I should go save that. That would be a great idea. Yeah, so image, save, double check it. Yes, there's a banana texture. We're good to go. All right, have fun. Pineapples are fair game. I have seen everything from full-on fruit cornucopias to avocados to
Spiked bananas.
spiked banana. Yeah, I don't know. Freddy Faz fruit? No. You can be the first. I wonder, did Jonah put his on ArtStation?
He might have.
I should, yeah.
Who?
An alumni.
Ah.
He was with the group.
What about pumpkins? Have you seen pumpkins yet? No.
Hmm? What was it?
Norcross.
That's right. He was one of the ones that I always had a hard time remembering his name because he commented so much on Discord that all I could think of was Ven.
Oh, that's
Is-
just final.
Yeah. It's not there. Let's see. You know what? It's probably stashed somewhere in the files. While I'm killing time. Oh, because like it said, it's
The light is not blue on it.
is it not? What the heck? So the new one that I bought is not doing its job. That's fantastic.
That's what was happening.
Love it. Two images folder. That's fantastic. Anyway, somewhere in here, we'll find it someday. Yeah. So we had a nice one. I'll have to find it and show it and make us all feel bad. Or it might be on Discord. I'll bet it's on Discord. Go look on Discord.
You can scroll.
Scroll back like 3 years. Fun.
There's like
All right.
700 student classes.